Hello, this is Suniku with a Monster Hunter Rise tutorial video. This one's not going over any sort of hammer techniques right now, but I wanted to go over something that we are running into as I'm doing a playthrough with a new character with Learn. And that is, what do we do once the monsters start hitting harder? Things getting a little more difficult. So we're going to be talking about two things, specifically armor and um, inventory. So when monsters start hitting harder, um, that is a sign for you to look into what kind of armor you're using, if you have enough defense, etc. While I cannot give a specific number about what good defense is, if you go into your menu and then use status, and then go to the second page, pressing ZR, it'll show you how much defense you have with all of your armor equipped. Right now I have 127. We were doing 3-star quests a little bit earlier, fighting like Diablos and Nargacuga, and they're hitting pretty hard for me as well. So we'll need to do something about raising our defenses. So in order to do that, there are two things you can do with your armor. We're going to walk over here to the blacksmith, and you can talk to the person in the hub as well to help out with this. And we're going to select Forge Armor / Upgrade Armor, and then go under Forge Armor. So as you know, this is all the armor that you can currently view and try to create. I'm going to press up to go to the bottom of the list, and the ones that are grayed out are the ones I cannot make yet because I'm missing some materials. And the ones that are not grayed out are ones that I can make. So let's take a look at, let's go with this Almudron helmet. Right now we can make this, and to the right we can see the status of this equipment, namely its level, which I'll go over a little bit later, the defense that you get, the slots, which we don't have to worry about just yet because we haven't gotten there yet, and then all the different resistances to elements. Now these resistances can be a key factor, but I wouldn't focus too much on them. There's other aspects of armor that are more important than worrying about those resistances. Mainly the defense, and something that we'll see later, talk about later, is the armor skills. And if you want to see armor skills, you can press the R button or ZR button, go to the second page. But right now we're focusing on defense. So right now the Almudron helm gives me 30 defense. The reason why it's in red is because the current helmet I have equipped now has more defense. I'm going to press in the L stick to compare the armors. Right now I have the medium's hair tie, and you can kind of see the differences. Right now the medium's hair tie is level 5 and it has defense 32. Go back up here. So here's the medium's hair tie that I'm using. But as you can see, when we first look at it, it says the defense is 24. And we compare it again, it shows mine has defense of 32. So what's the difference in that? Well, the difference is in the level. What I ended up doing was upgrading my armor so that it increases the defense. So, two ways to improve your defense. You can either get a stronger armor, because these beginning armors, you can see the defense is just 1. And as you go down the list and the armor gets better, the defense goes up slowly. So you can just forge new armor and equip it, and you'll automatically have some more defense. But if you want to keep the armor that you have, whether it be for looks or it has an ability that you like, you can also look into upgrading it. Moment, let me look for one that probably would. Yeah, let's take these Nargacuga Greaves. So they give 26 defense compared to the Kuluyaku Greaves I have. I leveled them up to level 7 and 28 defense. So I'd be losing defense unless I upgrade this. So we're gonna upgrade it. I'll choose to make the Nargacuga Greaves, and I'll equip them. And I'm wearing layered armor, so you won't be able to see what it looks like on me. So now we'll go back, and then we'll choose our second option, which is upgrade armor. And ignoring this, because this is just things we got from the DLC, we'll press the L button so that we're in the low rank armor. And this shows you all the armor that you have, or that you've bought. And the E next to the armor means I have it equipped. So I do have these Hunter Vam braces equipped, but they still only have 4 defense. So I'll have to upgrade that. But then you'll go down the list, you'll only see armor that you can equip. If it's grayed out, that means I've already leveled it up to the maximum level that I can right now. And that's how you know when you're done with it. So let's look at these Greaves. So these are at level 7, and they gave you 28 defense. So that's the maximum I can upgrade for now. If I go down to these Nargacuga Greaves, as you can see to the left, it's level 1 out of level 5 levels that I can upgrade it now, and the defense starts at 26. Once I select it, then they'll ask me what armor spheres will I want to use. So what are armor spheres? Armor spheres are items that you collect and that are used specifically for leveling up your armor. So if you can see under the Greaves where it says under the level and the defense, it says to the next level 10 points. So in order to level up these Greaves, I need to put 10 points worth of armor spheres in. As you can see, the first armor sphere has a value of 1, and I have 29 of them. So if I just wanted to level this up once, I can put in 10 armor spheres, and that'll take it to the next level. Then it'll show in yellow what level it's going to be, how much defense you're going to get, and points to the next level if you can upgrade it more. Because of a lot of DLC that the game gave out, like extra freebies, I have a ton of armor spheres that are really high up. And we don't need to use these now because these are just kind of overkill for the armor that we have. So we want to focus on these. And in the same way where for normal armor sphere, if I added 10, it gives 10 points because that's its value. If I look at the armor sphere plus, the value is 5. So when I use one armor sphere plus, it adds 5 points to it. So these are much stronger than just using the normal armor spheres. Then advanced armor sphere adds 20 for each one, 80, 200, 2000. So I'm going to use my armor sphere pluses to upgrade this. And we don't have to do this one level at a time. I can keep going up. It's going to keep telling me how many points I need for the next level. So for this next level, I'm going to need 20 points, which means 4 armor sphere plus. And then it'll let you know once the max upgrade has been reached. Just press A to confirm. Then go to the bottom where it says confirm. And right above where it says confirm, it'll tell you how much money this will cost. So this costs 2,000 Zenny. Be very careful with this because later on in the game, upgrading armor costs a ton of money. So just make sure you understand how much money you're putting into. And you can see how much money you have at the top right of the screen. So I'm just gonna press A to confirm. They're gonna ask, are you sure? And I'll say yes. And now my Nargacuga Greaves has 34 defense. And we'll go back to compare to the Kuluyaku Greaves. this has 28 defense when it's maxed out. So if you really like these Kuyaku Greaves, you can keep them and just upgrade them so that you don't have to buy completely new armor. But yeah, those are the two things that you can to improve the defense. 6 defense might not seem like a lot, but when it's going across all of your armor, then it does add up and it's very helpful. And then the very last thing I want to talk about with armor spheres is, well, where do you get them? Aside from like freebies from DLC. Well, that's what doing these optional subquests are for. So when you select optional subquests, they'll give you a ton of options of things that you can do to complete them. And these subquests not only give you Kimura points, which are also helpful, but pretty much all of them except for a few, like this Wyvern Riding one, gives you armor spheres. So while you're running around and picking up items to complete these optional quests, you're also gaining those armor spheres. And that's going to be really helpful. You'll want to make sure you're doing those, build those up without thinking about them, and then once you do want or need to upgrade your armor, you'll have plenty of armor spheres to work with. So yeah, make sure you do these. I always recommend the Gathering ones, the Endemic Life ones, and then always choosing small monster slaying as well as large monster hunting. Not always large monster capture, because you don't capture monsters very often, but whenever it says hunting, definitely, because most of the time you are going to be out on the field hunting a monster. Might as well help you get some armor passively. So that's how you get armor spheres, and that's how you can either forge new armor or upgrade armor in order to improve your defense. So the second thing we're going to talk about is item management, because even with increasing your defense as much as you can, you also want to make sure that you have enough items and potions to help you get by. So here's your item box over here, which you can also check out your equipment and other things, but we're going to focus on the first part, which is managing items. And then we'll go into transfer items. The pressing transfer items will show you what items you currently have in your box or in your pouch that you would take to a hunt. You can have, I believe, 24 items to bring with you. And then if you press the ZR button, it'll hover over the items that you have in your box. This storage is essentially unlimited. I have 4 pages now, but the further I go in the game, you'll have like 9, 10, 15 pages worth of things. So you don't have to worry about running out of space. This contains all of the items that you use for hunts, as well as ores that you pick up, armor spheres that you get, and then at the very last, monster parts. Sorry, I shouldn't say very last, because there are a few other items in here, such as tickets and eggs, which I'm not sure if we need to talk about right now. Eggs are essentially, sell them for money. They can give you a lot. But save those. Anyways, so yeah, this shows you all the items that you could or want to bring on a hunt, and I'll let you know what items I recommend. For now, things are a little unorganized here. They can be all over the place. So what I'm going to do is press the minus button. It's going to ask me if I want to sort the items. I'll say yes. And that gets my items all sorted in an automatic sorting system. So we're mainly going to focus on items that can heal you, as well as essentials that I'd recommend you bring onto a hunt. The first two are, of course, potions and mega potions. The potions heal a little bit of your health, just like the first aid potions that you get when you first join a hunt and grab the box. Mega potions are even stronger than that, with a moderate amount of health. And since I already have some mega potions in my box right now, if I select this, it's just going to fill that up. Fill out the item. I would recommend bringing antidotes, because just in case you get poisoned, you can heal the poison with an antidote. Early on when I was playing old Monster Hunter games like Monster Hunter 3, if I forgot my antidotes and I kept getting poisoned, well, it just meant I spent a lot more time healing and spent a lot more potion. So it's nice to have that antidote just to get rid of that. Null berries are useful because they get rid of what are called blights and resistance downs. So common blights are water blight, which makes you use stamina a lot quicker. There's also an ice blight, which makes your wire bugs not recover as fast. A thunder blight, which lowers the amount of times you need to get hit to get stunned, stuff like that. And there's other effects too. So these null berries are really nice to have. And you eat them really quick compared to like drinking a potion, so they're really handy, helpful. And then there's this item called Well Done Steak or rations. When you eat these increase your stamina, so you can do a lot more actions and not run out. So either one of these you can bring. Usually the free rations you get at the beginning of the hunt are enough, but sometimes you may need some more, so always never hurts to have these on hand. Powder. I believe those are the main essentials that you would bring. For me, I don't bring null berries just because I can see them on the field, and because it's early on in the game. I'm just trying to collect them myself, just to build up a supply of them. And yeah, so at the very least, I would bring these things. There are other things that are good for a hunt, but to focus just on healing and making sure you have enough HP and heals, definitely. Later on in the game, once you have more of these, which are called life powders, these are useful items that once you use them, they heal you and your teammates in the area. So if your teammates are in a pinch, you can use some life powders. Dust of Life are stronger than those, but they're more rare, so it's difficult to find them, so I don't use them as frequently as life powders. Those are some basic items that you can bring along in a hunt, like the very bare bones. You can add other things, of course, but I would say definitely have at least these 4. Don't believe I'll talk about crafting this time, but the last thing I do want to talk about is this thing called item loadouts. So every time you finish a hunt, whatever items that you picked up or monster parts that you carved, they'll still be in your item pouch after the hunt. And if you forget to take them out, it can be kind of a drag to take them out every single time. Or you might forget and then you're full on items the next hunt. So what we want to do is use this feature called item loadouts. And I believe you start out with a loadout at the beginning. I changed mine already. But these item loadouts are essentially, just gonna do this. I'm gonna add a bunch of miscellaneous stuff to my bag. Let's see, I just finished a hunt and I collected a bunch of stuff. I don't know why I collect armor spheres. But when I go to item loadout and I press A on this loadout, it'll ask me if I want to equip this item loadout. So what this does is it gives you all the items that you see on the right hand side in your pouch, and everything else that you have in your pouch it will put automatically into your box. So all the unorganized stuff I have on the left, once I choose this loadout, it's all back in the box. So these are really useful to create. The way you can create these loadouts is you'll want to choose all the items that you want to bring onto the hunt. So I'm gonna make a new one with extra stuff, life powder, honey, something like that. Store in my box. So once I have all the items that I want to have as the loadout, I go back to item loadouts. I pick an empty slot or a previous slot if I want to. And you have plenty of these slots, so you don't have to worry about running out. And then you press the X button to register the loadout. And then I'll ask you if you want to save the item loadout to the slot for the items on the left. Register radial menu as well, you can just say yes for simplicity's sake. And now I have this saved. So depending on the hunt that I want to go on, I can equip this loadout, and I'll just have those items. I can equip this one, and it'll just have these. If you are running low on an item, so it doesn't have enough to fill it up, it will let you know. It's like, by the way, you might not have enough mega potions left to fill this out. Do you want to use this anyways? And you can say yes. So let's say I only had like 9 mega potion in my box. If I selected this one, even though it says 10 on the right hand side, it'll only fill up 9. So you won't get like extra items else. And then if you want to name these loadouts so you remember what they are, you can press the Y button, which will give a submenu, and then you can choose read. Let's use the keyboard. I'm gonna name one basic. Or I'll name this one as well to be like regular. And press start. So this will keep your box organized. This will make sure that your items are resupplied and that you have enough potions when you're going on a hunt, as well as any of the other essential items you like to bring. I'm talking so I put my pets to sleep. So those are the basics of the items. What items I would recommend bringing at the very least on a hunt to make sure that you can heal up enough. And as well, we talked about the armor and how to upgrade armor skills and things like that. So hopefully this is helpful. Of course, if you have any questions, you can ask me and I can explain them better. And yes, I believe that's it for this video. So thank you for watching again. I'll try to put up another video with what I think would be helpful information. But until then, take care and bye.